Kapamilya, welcome back to the Grand Coronation Night of Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines 2018. We have named our top 16 semi-finalists, and at this point, it's time to get to know more of them up close and personal.
Now, this is a very interesting round because in this round, we shall be getting their thoughts on different situations that Chinoy millennials go through.
Like us.
Yeah, like
Millennials,
us,
okay.
Now, this is Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines 2018.
He says, she says. All right, guys, let's begin with our first pair of semi-finalists. Let's call in candidate number 6, Jan, Caitlin, and Yao, and candidate number 7, Brian, Christopher, Gutcheko. Good evening,
Hello.
guys.
Hello to our candidates. How are you?
I'm really nervous right now.
I'm good.
Good, good. Yeah, you can breathe a little, breathe a little. All right. Now, please be reminded that you only have 30 seconds to answer, and then you will hear the sound. O, diba? Now we have the questions in our hands.
Brian and Jan, are you ready? You should be. This is our question. Just relax. What's one thing you will never give up? Facebook or Instagram? Why? What's one thing you will never give up? Facebook or Instagram, and why? Let's start with the ladies.
If I wouldn't give up Facebook because all my family is there. Even my mom, who's been supporting me this whole journey, is on Facebook, and she's posting all that she can on Facebook, and she doesn't have an Instagram, so I would keep my Facebook.
All right, and now, Brian.
My answer would be the same, because in Facebook you can share whatever you want, you get updated with news and everything. And let's not forget to mention, you can play Car Town and Pet Society.
Very millennial.
And
Naglalaro
he
ka ba
plays
nun?
games too.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Put your hands together for candidate number 6, Jan, Caitlin, and Yao, and candidate number 7, Brian, Christopher, Gutcheko. Thank you.
Ikaw ba, anong give up mo doon? Facebook o Instagram?
Sabi ko na nga ba eh. Probably, hindi ko i-give up yung Instagram.
Kasi,
Ikaw kaya may gawa nun. On to the next one.
next, let's call on
Nawala ako. Dito tayo.
Moises Lim Yuen and Marie Ke.
Good evening, guys. Beautiful dress.
Hello, Moises. You can stay here beside our beautiful lady.
All right, your question for pair number 2. Are Chinese Filipinos crazy rich Asians? Are Chinese Filipinos crazy rich Asians? Why or why not?
Our Chinese Filipino are definitely crazy rich Asians. Not only because of money, but because we are full of crazy rich adventures. Thank you.
How about you, Moises?
So I believe Filipino Chinese are crazy rich Asians because rich isn't only money. Rich is about culture, our diversity, and our heritage. We owe it all to our ancestors for us being here today. And I say thank you to them.
All right, thank you so much to our candidates.
Moises and Marie, thank you.
Ako may sagot ako doon.
Ikaw, sige nga.
Ang sagot ko doon, we're not crazy rich Asians.
Okay.
We're just rich Asians.
Okay, okay. I'll accept that one.
Next up,
Next up, let's call in Miss Sabrina Nang and Mr. Martin Leonard Chua. Got fans, both sides. Good evening. Okay.
Hello,
Beautiful
Martin.
dress, by the way. Your question is kind of easy for me as a fan. Who is your ideal clique or barkada? Who is your ideal clique or barkada? Marvel characters or DC Comics characters?
I'm actually a fan of both, but if I had to choose, I would choose the Marvel Avengers gang because, like in the movies, they separate, and although they fight in a lot of scenes, they still come back together stronger than ever as a whole team. So I would want a supportive team like them and cooperation that always keeps going. Thank you.
Thank you.
Martin?
My ideal barkada would also be the Marvel's Avengers because my barkada is actually like that. Meron different roles and different, well, kind of like superpowers because each one of us has, like, there's someone who's gonna lead the group, there's someone who's gonna, yung pasaway, there's someone who, basta every one of our barkada members is similar to the Marvel's Avengers. That's why I relate so much to them. And thank
Time
you.
is up. Thank you. 30 seconds.
All right, thank you so much.
So Marvel win this round. Maraming salamat to our pair. Number 3.
Marvel and DC, ikaw ba? Ano mga pipiliin mo doon? Anong pipiliin mo doon? Marvel or DC?
Ako, pipiliin ko ngayon si Lily Cruz because of that beautiful outfit. Okay. Let's go to pair number 4. Let's have Carly Chua and Renz Manabat. Good evening.
Medyo mahirap yung susunod na tanong.
Okay. You better listen up to this question. To Carly and Renz. In the name of love, what are you willing to give up and why? Again, in the name of love, what are you willing to give up and why?
In the name of love, I will be willing to give up my time. Most especially that, given the fact that I'm a family-oriented person, when it comes to any circumstances that my family needs me, and in whatever some circumstances, may it be with my work or my career, I would choose to give up time that I will be giving it to my family because I love my family, and without my family, I wouldn't be here standing in front of all of you. Thank you so much.
Renz?
In the name of love, I would be giving up a lot of things because we have to do, because for me, I will do everything for love. I will fight for love because love is what make who we are, and love is happiness.
All right.
All right, thank you so much.
Get some applauses coming from the audience. Maraming salamat to
Carly
Carly
and Renz.
and Renz.
Huwag na
Okay.
natin pag-usapan yung tanong na yun.
Okay,
Next
let's move on. Pair number 5.
Next candidate, please.
Okay, pair number 5. Gusto mo bang sagutin? Or?
Let's call on
Okay, sige.
Mikel Villamora and Nathan Michael Yu.
Good evening, guys.
All right.
Okay, your question is, if you were to die tomorrow, who is the last person you would like to see and why? If you were to die tomorrow, who is the last person you would like to see and why?
If I would die tomorrow, actually, I would choose the 4 most important person in my life. Sorry, I can't answer just one. So I would choose my family because they always are there for me, especially if you can see how they support me in my journey. I really would want them, I really would want to see them if I die tomorrow. Thank you.
Nathan?
Thank you.
If I would die tomorrow, I would choose my family because my life is my family. Thank you.
Short but sweet. Thank you, Nathan and Mikkel.
And now we go to our 6th question.
Let's have Miss Sheila May M. Tan and Sir Robert Tanship. Good evening. Okay, this one is interesting. So,
A little bit controversial.
yes, especially for all the boys right here. Listen up. Is it okay for girls to court the guys they like? Is it okay for girls to court the guys they like? Why or why not?
Of course, because we are all equal, and I think courting it doesn't have to depend on gender. And if anyone loves anyone, they should fight for that person.
The guy's turn.
I think that in the game of love, there are no rules. So, of course, the girl can court a guy if she is willing to fight for his love. Thank you.
Short
Okay.
but sweet as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. In the game of love,
All is
everything-
fair.
Yes, all is fair, all is equal. Okay, let's call in our seventh pair this evening.
Crizel and So and Lawrence Chua.
Good evening. Last two pairs. Okay, this is your question. Relax, breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. This is your question. If you weren't Chinese Filipino, which race would you like to be and why? If you weren't Chinese Filipino, which race would you like to be and why?
Even if I was given a choice to be another race other than Chinese Filipino, I wouldn't choose to be anything else, because being Chinoy means having two beautiful cultures in one. So I've got the best of both worlds, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you.
Lawrence?
If I were given a chance to have a different race, I would always choose to be a Chinese Filipino, because my parents taught me how to love my race. So I grew up with that love for being a Chinoy, and I want to help this country build the relationship between the Filipinos and the Chinese better by making a lot of Filipino friends and a lot of Chinese friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence and Crizel, for those answers.
Loud and proud, and thank you so much. All right.
Given the chance, gusto ko maging Chinese Filipino.
Bakit?
Ang daming culture and inspiration mula sa Chinese Filipino community.
And not just that, actually support.
Support.
Just look at the overwhelming support here in this arena.
That's true.
It's really amazing.
Iniiba ko na nga yung pangalan ko eh.
Ano na?
To Robi Domingo.
Oh, pwede.
Pwede. Okay.
Last mo na yun.
Last ko na ngayon to. Pero last na rin ang ating pair dito. Let's call in our people's choice. We got Jason Tan and Rachel Rialubin Tan. Good evening, guys. All right, last question for this round would be, what is one millennial characteristic that you would teach older Chinese Filipino generations and why? What is one millennial characteristic that you would teach older Chinese Filipino generations and why?
I think one characteristic that I would like to teach the older generation about us millennials is that we have our own passions now and we have our dreams. It may not be the traditional way, but then I assure you that as Chinoys and as the modern Chinoys and Chinese Filipino, we know that we have to carry on our legacy, that we will continue our culture, and that we will pass on this to generation and generation.
Right
Just
on
in
the
nick of time.
dot.
Yep, sakto.
Now
Thank
let's
you.
go to Jason.
For me, the characteristic that I would like to teach the older generations is for the older generations to take a selfie, because taking a selfie gives them the chance to save their memories, and for them that they could pass it by to us when we get a lot older, and we could reminisce with it.
Thank you.
Memories.
Memories.
Priceless memories.
Our
all
judges
right.
are smiling with that answer. Maraming
Thank you
salamat.
so much. I thought that was an interesting Q&A portion. Very close to the heart. Very close to our generation.
Yep, especially that one question.
What question? Marvel o DC?
Yes.
Ang hirap
yes.
mamili talaga.
Sobra.
Doon ako sa Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Oo.
You are really wonderful as a lady. But again, to all of our pairs this evening, maraming salamat.
And now, we have named our 16 semifinalists, and we would like to thank our top 16 because it's a pleasure getting to know everybody more.
That's true. And 6 of them will be advancing to our final round. The names of our finalists will be revealed when Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines 2018 returns. Don't go away.
Thank you, Costume Group, for supporting Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines 2018.
Mr. and Miss Chinatown 2018 is organized by Miss Chinatown Foundation and Chinoy TV. Presented by Takchun Group. Sponsored by West Avenue Sweets, Australia Harvest Oats, Tropicana Food, Blackwater, Globaltronics, HealthQ Medical Clinics, Vital Purified Drinking Water, Rich Prime Global, Jack Motors, White Knight Hotel, King Chef Seafood Restaurant, DR Swimwear, GMW Graphics Design Corporation, Sincerity Cafe and Restaurant, Resorts World Manila, Royal Shark Fin and Golden Fortune Seafood Restaurant, Philippine Shinlian Association, Mariano Ong, Santimo, Overseas Chinese Alumni Association of the Philippines, Sherwin and Elisa Choi, Jimmy C, and Federation of Philchai Association of the Philippines Incorporated.